I was a bus driver. I was a CDL toting bus driver. And now, I got my degree in public administration. Now I'm trying to work behind an office desk, and they're just like, you're a bus driver. You are bent in the ways of a bus driver. You have no idea the mental contact it takes to work in an office. And I was like, the only thing different between us is we both sit down a lot. I mean, with driving, I'm just as sitting down as, a secretary is. They may be typing and looking at things. I may be driving and surveying the road. It's the same type of hand-eye coordination going on. And, it's just a different environment. Me not having to be on the road and driving, a 30,000-pound vehicle versus sitting at a desk and typing 30 words per minute. It's a more detail-oriented on a minute scale, less on a very light scale, as opposed to that same technicality and a very precise hand-eye coordination because of safety, but on a massive scale with lives on the line and your coordination as the premier, we call that a conductor of what safety is. Always obeying the laws, watching out for, radical things happening, things like that. In some ways, all jobs have something common with the next thing. So I'm trying to look at it from that end. Well, working for the city can be tough. A lot of that blue-collar field can be ruthless. A lot of the things I studied while getting my degree over the 3 years that I was taking my courses was the cutthroatness. These people coming from poor environments and fighting for unions against the government and just a cutthroat environment. People, stabbing each other in the back, taking their jobs or getting their pay cut or getting their positions eliminated, or, paying of politicians to have certain laws passed so this business is surpassed by that business. It's cutthroat. So I kind of have an idea of what I'm getting into by applying for these jobs. I'm getting it. As much as my feelings come up about my relationships from the past, a lot of times I wonder what those guys are doing, if they're in relationships, if they're married, if they have kids, what they look like now. Because, we're not teenagers anymore. We're not in our early 20s. You think, 20 years later, a whole lifetime has passed. I mean, these people are totally different people. You run into them and you're just in awe because all you see is the space between you, the difference of 20 years between you. And you just kind of want to bridge that gap in the most healthiest way. You want them to remember you the way you were. But then, you don't want to bring up fantasies again. Because as an adult, as soon as those fantasy things pop up between people, that heir apparent can kill you. Then you don't want somebody to pull you up from the past with the same way they saw you 20 years ago. That's the last thing you want. And a lot of times you just gotta leave it in the mind where you found it. Just to, keep yourself healthy and happy, Oh yeah, so I told you a while ago, the thing about my doctor telling me that I need to ingest more probiotics. Because I have my stomach gets so, I'm so overworked. And my stomach and stuff, it's like my stomach acid is on fleek. So I've been, been told to ingest more probiotics. So I've been doing that lately. And I went out and I bought I spent like $20 in chicken legs at the supermarket. And both backs, and all the chicken was bad. I don't know what's going on. If you're not paying $30 top dollar for the meat, it's like the meat is trash. The quality is being trashed. So my parent and I have been thinking more about, the type of meats we buy from the store. The only meat we've bought that's actually been any good every single time was chopped meat. Either chopped meat or pork chops or steak. But steak can be expensive, and we're not into steak like that. And ground beef, we use ground beef for two things, either for spaghetti or for rice-a-roni, the Spanish rice-a-roni. And both times we boil the chopped meat. Like we boiled all the gunk out the chopped meat, and then we just put it in the spaghetti and we season it. Or we, put it into the Spanish rice-a-roni with the tomatoes, the canned tomatoes, and we season it. So it's a healthier meat altogether, nonetheless. And then the pork chops, we just, clean them and bake them, and that's it. So we're leaning more towards, staying away from chicken for a little while. Just because we just haven't been having a good time with it. And so coming up on just surpassed 20 minutes. I don't know what else I want to talk about. I think we need to have an Esha Beauty Minute. So, you guys, welcome to Esha's Beauty Minute, where we encourage ourselves to be pretty no matter what's going on in our lives. Aisha, you are gorgeous. You are pretty. You are my favorite person. I wouldn't trade you in for the world. You make me laugh hysterically. You are very funny. You are extremely attractive. And I am so proud that you are my body and my host. I congratulate you on a successful day, a successful week, month, year, successful life. I wish you nothing but happiness, and I pray to God that you accept this compliment and praise, because you can be very stubborn. And I pray that you find love in all of its form. And whatever package it comes in, I pray that you find it and that you're strong enough in yourself to accept it and to see it for what it is. I know a lot of times you've been out there so much and you're so ready to be protected in the moment that you close your eyes when you should be opening them wide and raising your chin up. I pray you find it, and I pray it finds you, and I pray you guys live together happily ever after. This I wish for you. And as for your books and your poetry, you have a whole lifetime to work on that stuff. So don't be in such a rush. And I know you miss Auntie. I know you do. All of us do. It's not just me. It's everybody. Just know she's the type of person that works so hard to keep things perfect that she'll, you know what it means, where you give it up. Even though you don't have to give, you give it up anyway. And that makes her that much stronger. And so you can be that much more prouder. So you don't have to be sad about her absence. You know what I mean? I thank God for you, and I love you, and I appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the morning. And that is the end of Esha's Beauty Minute, and I thank you for listening. But I gotta go. Gotta get some sleep in. But I thank you for listening. See you when I see you. Talk to you later. As much as I thought I could plan a podcast, that is not going to happen. I do not have the mindset to sit here. Chop up block for block how I'm going to tell you about weight loss and weight gain.